Hi there, I am Scott and this is Scott Thinks. Today I'm going to be looking at these marker lights. These are Motion glass lens watermelon marker lights. I got these on Amazon and I'm going to be writing an Amazon review of these lights. So I thought what I would do is hook these lights up and go through them with sort of my thoughts out loud. That way I could collect those. You could see me testing these lights and you can kind of get my review first, I guess, before it's posted to Amazon. So anyway, let's start digging into these lights. These are glass to start with. I believe these marker lights are normally used on trucks and things like that. That's not how I'm going to use them. I'm a maker of things and a tinkerer. I love putting stuff together. So I'll probably use these in a project, like adding them to like something that's Wi-Fi controlled, or maybe adding something else to it, or adding like some toggles to it and setting it up somewhere, but probably not going to put these outside on a truck, even though they would work perfect for that because this is what they're purpose made for. For starters, I think like one of the first things that I really like about these lights is that they are glass. They are like good and hefty. They're not plastic like a lot of modern vehicle lights, which tend to oxidize. Yes, they're definitely lighter. They're probably easier to manufacture and produce, but these glass lights just have like a really good look to them. And there's a nice heftiness to this light as well. Plus, like the refraction that you get off of it is going to stay really clear for a long time. Again, plastic tends to oxidize. For me, if I put this in an indoor project, glass, plastic, probably no big deal. But if you are putting this on a truck or a trailer or something like that, then glass versus plastic and the aging factor probably matters. As far as if you are putting it on a truck or mounting it somewhere that's waterproof, there's a foam gasket and a rubber gasket that comes with this particular light. This is necessary to make things waterproof, but I could definitely see this being a bit of a challenge because each one of these gaskets has a notch cut out in it. The two of these gaskets need to align, and this needs to align properly before you can put this silver cover over, which is where your screw or whatever you're using your bolt to secure this goes through. So I can definitely see this might be a bit of a pain in terms of installation, trying to make sure you got these three notches all lined up so your screws go where they're supposed to. I think a really simple fix for this might be putting an adhesive on one side at least. So if you put an adhesive on one side, you could attach the rubber gasket to the adhesive and then it wouldn't move around. And in fact, if you stuck adhesive on both sides, you could stick this foam washer down, peel the adhesive, stick the rubber one down, and then, I don't know, installation might be a lot easier. So that's just a minor nit. There's really nothing, majorly wrong with that, but just something to think about. I really dig the chrome piece here on both of these. It's like very shiny, looks very great. It feels nice and solid and heavy. It doesn't, like some of these pieces normally on other lights and things like this, they can feel very tinny, I guess, like you can squeeze them. This thing is solid. Like if I put a good grip on this, it doesn't really flex or move. So it's a really quality piece. This light I already have running. I've got this hooked up to a 12-volt battery here so I can demonstrate for you. These particular lights, they come with a manual that shows you. They actually have a high and a low mode. So here this shows that the black wire is our ground. I've got that hooked up here to my battery. And then we also have a red wire and a yellow wire. The red is your high brightness. The yellow wire is your low brightness. So your high and your low brightness on a light like this is typically used for if you have your lights on at night, the low brightness would be on, and then when you go to brake, the high brightness would then turn on instead. That way you know that somebody's braking. So either way, right now we're on low brightness, and earlier I was testing these, and I noticed that, this LED sitting here, even on low, here at my desk, is generating a good amount of heat. So I did notice when I had it on high, it did get very warm pretty quickly. So anyway, you can see here, this light is on low, and it is interesting because with this, watermelon pattern, you can kind of see these, I guess I'll call them ribs on the inside of this. You can see how it actually splits the light out when you're looking at it here on the table, which is, kind of a cool effect. I'm almost motivated to put one of these on a servo or something that turns and then rotate it. But anyway, here is the light on low, and you're probably not going to be able to see a big difference, but we'll go ahead and switch this light to high. So this is on high, low, high. It is bright. The lighting in this room doesn't really show you how bright this light is. The first time that I turned this light on and I was kind of just testing it, it made me see spots. It's very, very bright. So if you were looking for something really bright for a trailer or some kind of like outdoor location that needed to be waterproof, this light would be really good for that. It's simple and it runs on 12 volts, which is great because you can hook it up to almost anything. All in all, I'm pretty happy with these lights. The instructions for them are really straightforward as well. Sometimes you get lights like this with different modes, and it's difficult to figure out which wire goes where, what goes, does what. This is not like that. The instructions were actually very simple. In fact, you can see they just put it really big here at the top, the 3 things that you need to know. So you can read that and then hook your lights up and move on with life, which is really great. But overall, again, pretty excited about these lights. These glass bulbs are very cool. The light throw off is very, very bright. They look fantastic. The metal pieces on them are nice and heavy. The chrome is very polished. And I'm really looking forward to building these into a cool project. In fact, I might make a video about that sometime in the future. But for now, that is the WaMotion Watermelon Marker Light from Amazon. I think I'd give it 5 stars. Maybe 4 stars. There could be something to make this installation a little bit easier with the different gaskets in here. But other than that, I really like these lights and I cannot wait to get them into something. So I'm going to start brainstorming what it is I'm going to put these in. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, go ahead and like it. See you later.